What's up, everybody on YouTube? Side Hustle Pro. Thanks for checking in with the channel. My name is Justin, and I am a part-time reseller on eBay and Amazon. I have a full-time job. I teach high school. I have a part-time job. Well, sort of a part-time job. I own a small lawn care business, and I sell stuff on eBay. All right. So this is for sure a side hustle for me. One of many, though. So today, I'm going to share with you 5 things that I sold this week on eBay for profit. Okay, I have about 200 items listed on eBay. My goal, monthly goal this year is to make $1,000 a month by spending $500 on inventory and listing 25 items a week. I typically would show 5 things that I've sold and then do my sales recap for the week. But I think I'm going to start splitting those videos up. So instead of having one video, I think I'm going to make it into 2 videos. That way, when people search it and stuff like that, they're not looking at sales update and then having to wait 10 minutes to get to that sales update. And then also this way, people that are looking, searching for things like, hey, what to sell on eBay or clothing brands to sell on eBay or whatever, then they'll be able to see this video and they won't have to deal with all the rest of the stuff that they're not necessarily looking for. So I'm going to try it out. I'm going to take what I would normally do in one video. I'm going to split it into 2. 5 things that I sold this weekend or this week, and also then I'm going to do my sales update. All right, so let's get right into it. How I get this information is through a website called finalcalc.com. And you can put in your sold price, your shipping, item cost, your percentage for your top rated seller, etc. And it minuses the eBay and the PayPal fees, and it gives you what's left over. So that's what I've done. All right. So that's how I come up with these. The numbers are average for the most part. Like if I say I'm spending $4 for shipping, I'm probably going to spend anywhere between 3 and 4, right? So probably going to be about $3.60 for a shirt, unless it's a little bit heavier or whatever. So I'm averaging that. Item cost, I'm going to, if I say like 5, it was probably more like $4.60, something like that. So it's it varies a little bit, but we'll get the basic gist. So on eBay, I sell mainly clothing and pretty much whatever else I can find that's profitable. I never wanted to sell clothing, started selling toys and other things. But those were hard to come by, and everybody that was making a killing on eBay on all the Facebook groups and whatnot were selling clothing. So I got into clothing. It's everywhere, right? So there's a learning curve to it, but you know, it's more abundant. So anyway, let's get started here. This is a Ralph Lauren polo, classic fit. Okay, this is a newer tag, so this is a newer shirt. Classic fit, Ralph Lauren, large, just a like a baby blue and a white stripe cotton polo, no big deal. Typically I would have not picked up this polo like this because it's not a dress shirt, it's just pretty common, run of the mill. The thing that really sold me on it was 1, that it was the new tag and it was a classic fit, and 2, that I got it on dollar days. So the Goodwills in my area have a dollar day where they have a certain color that's 50% off all week, and then on Sundays they mark it down to $1. So I got this thing for $1. Don't remember how long it sat for. I'm thinking less than 90 days. Anyway, I sold it for $9.99 plus $6.65 shipping. That is $9.99 plus first class at £1. All right, so $16.64 altogether. Paid $1 for it, sold it for $16.64. It's going to cost me $4 to ship. Altogether, I'm going to make about $9.49 on this. Okay, spend $1, make 10. Perfect. Let's see. Next, got another polo, and a lot of people. It's sort of funny because various Facebook groups and community sites for reselling. Somebody posts, "Hey, I got all these polos. What a score!" And then there's always people under. They're like, "I don't even mess with polo. It's too flooded." Okay, well, here's the thing. There's certain Ralph Lauren polos that you don't want to mess with because they are flooded. But then there's other ones that for me are like my bread and butter. You know, I'll spend 5, make 10. Okay, and I'm okay with that. You know, because if you do that over and over, then you have that income coming in. Or if I would pass them up, I may sell 10 shirts that week and make $100. But if I would pass those up because they're not a high enough profit margin for me, then I would lose out on that $100. So it's worth it. It's worth it for me. You know, do I want to get more high end stuff? Yeah, but while I'm looking for the high end stuff, I'll get the stuff that makes me $10 every day. All right. Now, typically when I'm looking for Ralph Lauren Polo, I'm looking for the classic fit dress shirts, okay? Custom fit, classic fit. What, baby? Okay, go lay down. Okay, go sit down. We'll move in a second, okay? All right, sorry about that. All right, anyway, got the Ralph Lauren Polo. Like I said, it's not a classic fit or a custom fit, just a regular polo shirt, but here's why I picked it up. It's a 3XLT, 3X tall. So it's a big shirt, right? Again, cotton polo, striped. 3XL. Now that is heavy. That's got to go in a. That's got to be shipped first class, not first class. It's got to be shipped priority mail, right? Because it's over a pound. So anyway, sold it for $22.05. Paid $5 for it. Ship it is going to cost $6.30. So I'm making $7.99. So only making $8 on that. But it sat less than 30 days. So I'm okay with that. All right, now here's the kind of shirts I like to get. Okay, we're talking about bread and butter. This is another bread and butter for me. All right, Brooks Brothers. Brooks Brothers is, depending on where you live, people may not have really heard of it or not, but it's actually one of the oldest men's clothing lines in America. And you know, you can go to a store and you can buy a suit. You can get like a 48L, right? 48 long, and it's already pre-measured. Brooks Brothers were sort of the pioneers of making pre-made suits and getting them out to the people, because before that you had to go into a tailor, get fitted, everything else. Anyway, this is a Brooks Brothers shirt. Brooks Brothers, 16.5, 36, and I don't know if you can read that or not. It is a slim fit, which is a plus, and it is a non-iron. Brooks Brothers shirts, if they're not iron, if they are not non-iron, I don't pick them up. Nobody buys them for some reason. So it's got to be in good condition. It's got to be non-iron, and then anything else sort of makes the price average out or go up. What I mean by that is, if it's, say it's a $25 shirt, and like your traditional fit, your classic fit, they're going to stay at like $25. But if it's a slim fit, you could upsell, right, for a few extra dollars. Okay. So this is a non-iron stretch slim fit. So a few good things there. It's non-iron, it's slim fit, and it's a stretch. All right. So honestly, when I was listing these, I pretty much know what they go for off the top of my head. I may do a quick search to see if it's something special. In this case, I think I listed it for $16.50 plus the shipping. But at any rate, I paid $5 for it, sold it for $23.15. And I shipped it for $4, so I made $11.27 off of this. Now, I could have maybe got a few more out of that, but this thing sat for less than 30 days. As a matter of fact, I listed it the same time as I did that 3XL tee, and I think it was not last week, but the week before, so maybe a week, 2 weeks in between there. All right. Let's see. Got another. I'm not going to show you that one, but did sell another polo. Box that up. Okay, now let's talk about jeans, or pants rather. Well, let's do this first. Levi's. Levi's are oversaturated, just like Ralph Lauren Polo. But as you can see, if I didn't pick up Polo and I didn't pick up Levi's, did I say Lee's or Levi's? I meant Levi's, whatever. Anyway, if I didn't pick up Levi's or Ralph Lauren, then I wouldn't have sold much, right, this weekend. I wouldn't have made any money. But when you're looking at Levi pants, there's a lot of things to consider. The model and the style. 510s do well, 511s, 501s. This is a 508, which, I mean, this thing sold. I listed this week. I listed it on Tuesday, and I sold it on, I think, Saturday. All right. And again, I've got a bunch of pants laying around. I hate listing pants, but every time I list them, I always sell some of them quick, and some of them sit for a while. Anyway. So if you don't get them listed, you don't sell it. Moral of the story. All right. 508. Levi Strauss 508. Typically, if they're not blue jeans, it depends on what color they are, really. But I find that the blue jeans sell better. But these are colored. These are like a khaki color. Sold these for $24.99 with free shipping. Paid $5 for them. Shipping's going to cost me $6.30. Make $10.61. Okay, so sells under a week, paid $5, make almost $11. Okay, I'm good with that. This is what size is this? A 32-30, smaller size but a common size. All right, last one I want to talk to you about. This is something that I've been doing a little bit more of. Going to different stores like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, things like that. Because how they get you may not know this or not, but how they get their inventory is major stores. It could be the outlets, it could be the manufacturers, it could be like Macy's, something like that. But when they have leftover stock, say they may change seasons and they didn't sell enough of a certain thing, well then they'll sell it to like TJ Maxx or whatever, whoever the overrider is, and then that's how they get their inventory. So then they sell it for at a greater discount. I'm not sure if that's 100% how they get all their inventory, but that's pretty much how that rolls. Same with like Big Lots and things like that. Okay, so these are 34 Levi's 511s. They are 34, so sort of an odd size, right? It's like a tall, slender. I'm a 38-30, right? So this dude is tall and slender. Anyway, these are brand new. They're green, which sometimes I'm a little leery, like I said, about getting the color. But they're like a corduroy kind of pant. And I got these at a Burlington coat factory, actually, in Cincinnati. And actually I have a haul video that I did like 15 hours one day. And this is like the last place that I stopped. It was dark on my way out of town. And I picked up 2 of these. They were, I think, $8 each. The pricing was weird. They had a bunch of these, but only a few of them were 8, and the other ones were like 16. So I don't know how that all worked. But they're new. You know, they're new with tags. You gotta be careful when you go to stores like that, because sometimes they'll be new with tags, but they'll have a big hole in them from some sort of I don't know, transportation damage or something. But anyway, these were in good shape. So trying that out more. I did sell a few things that I got at another store like that. Not too long ago. It was a couple Ralph Lauren polo shirts, vest. I got 2 pair of these, and I sold one, and then I just sold the other one. And they sat for under 60 days, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, that's something to look out for. If you're thrifting in that, don't count out some of those. I don't really know, discount stores, I guess is what you call them. I'm not really sure the name of them, but like the TJ Maxx, Burlington Coat Factory, Marshalls, those kind of things. Don't count those out. Of course, you got to buy the right things, but that's just like anything else, right? It's just like thrifting. You still have to buy the right thing and you can make money. Anyway, sold these for $40.74. Okay, I paid $8 for them. It's going to cost me $6.30 to ship. It's a profit of $21.60. Okay, under 60 days they sold, I'm pretty sure. Now, here's the cool thing about this. I didn't charge free shipping on these. I don't normally do free shipping. And this is why. $40.74, $12.75 of that was in shipping. Okay, so I don't have it in front of me, but I'm imagining it's out somewhere west, California, something like that, Nevada. So they're paying per pound, okay? And then I can get these into a flat rate envelope for $6.30. So they pay $12.75 in shipping, and then I'm selling this and then it's $6.30 to ship. So that's an extra $6, right? If I would have done it a different way, I would have only made like 15 or something like that, which would have still been good. I would have been okay with that. And so even if it would have sold, like I'm in Ohio, if it would have sold to like New Jersey or even Ohio or something like that, I would have made less of a profit. But it's just the way the world turns. You got lucked out this time, right? So anyway, brand new with tags, Levi Strauss, 511s, skinny jeans. And yes, the skinny pants are popular for some god-awful, unknown reason that dudes decided to start wearing girl pants and make it popular. But it's the way it is. I ain't gonna wear no skinny jeans, but I'll capitalize on people wearing it. Okay, you wear whatever you want, I guess, but I ain't no hombre that's gonna wear skinny jeans, right? So anyway, those are 5 things that I've sold, some brands to look out for. Altogether, between those 5 things, I made $60.96, right? That's profit, right? So it's about $12.19 per item, which is great. It's not, I would like to make like 50 per item. I'd like to make 100 per item, 5,000 per item, right? But I think 12 per item, 10 per item, 15 per item, that's pretty realistic. And again, that's my profit margin. That's not my average sales price. A lot of people look at an average ticket price. I don't want you interested in my average ticket price, because if my average ticket price is $50, but I have to spend 40, and then I only make $10 on it. I mean, you know the math with the percentages and all that kind of stuff. But you get what I'm saying. I could have a $50 ticket price and only make $2 on each item, okay? Or I could have a $10 average ticket price and make, you know, $8 per item. So it just depends, right? So I like to look at the profit area. It says $12.19 an item, and I'm okay with that. You know, I didn't put a lot of work in this week, so at least into eBay. And so these little trickle things that come in, and these sales are from Friday to Sunday, by the way. So that's an extra $60 that at least when they sold was hands off. I had to put the work in to get it and make it and stuff like that. But hey, extra $60 this weekend, right? So that's pretty cool. Again, I'm not a big time guy, part time. So just keep the money trickling in, you know, little by little. Okay, so hey, anyway, thanks for watching. Yeah, if you like the video, hit subscribe, or you can subscribe or hit the like button, which is the thumbs up, right? So give me the thumbs up. Feel free to comment, anything like that. So thanks for watching, and hey, catch you next time.